Hi, everybody. We have super exciting designs I made today. I'm excited about these ones. I really like how they came out. So I'm excited to share with you guys. You guys would have seen a sneak peek, but they're really fun. So I like it at least. It's very Kirk's Folly inspired. Obviously with my own twist to it. But yeah, I'm super excited to share that with you guys. And you can see my battle scars from, wait, that's the wrong arm, because it's mirrored, from yesterday, because guess what I almost did?
It would be really funny if we had it on video.
It would be
because
very
I thought
funny.
you were going in.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple seconds because I don't want people to miss out on the story because it's kind of funny.
Yes, let everybody
So
pop in
I'll
for
let
a
everybody
second.
pop in for a second before they get the story of me.
Because it is a Monday, right?
Yeah, it's a Monday.
Give everybody a minute.
It takes me a second, too, in the mornings.
Patina class
Hi, Peggy.
today. Oh, you can let Peggy know what we have today, and it's all because of her. She's the
All because
only
of you,
reason.
Peggy. Yay!
One of them.
We have a trash can! Woo!
And what's right in front of you?
And dun 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 dun, a real ruler instead of this. If you're ever wondering, because I didn't actually know how long this was, what I was referring to, this was... Wait, that's the wrong direction. This was about 3 3/4 long. That's what I was referencing before. Hi, Uncle Doug. Wait a couple seconds. Hi, Connie.
I'm just trying to figure out the
Uncle
dashboard
Doug
here.
said, owls for Peggy. Not this time.
No.
Not this time, guys.
Don't.
But yeah, you can tell me when we have more people.
Well, we've got about 8 on at the moment.
Okay. It's pretty decent. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Monica. Yes, good morning to everyone. It's kind of fun.
What?
I was getting a little entranced there for a second.
I think you can share your story.
If you buy this is really fun to do. It's a fidget toy now.
A fidget spinner.
Yes. So, basically, my story, we were going on like a little hike yesterday. Part of the hike, there's like a little trail where it opens up into this really pretty area. It's very swampy in this area. The water is probably nasty. Okay, I'm gonna preface this. The water is probably really nasty. You would not want to go in it. It looks slimy. It did not look pleasant. You would not want to drink it. It looks gross. Stagnant water, no. And so there's like a big tree, whatever, we climb back, and my mom does it first, and I go to do it. She just kind of climbed with her hands too, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it with my feet. I'm just gonna do it with my feet.
It was a narrow thing, too.
It was probably about this wide. And I had big hiking boots on.
It's kind of like the width of a balance
I
beam.
bet you, actually, I wouldn't have had an issue if I was barefoot.
Barefoot, no, right.
But I had big hiking boots on, and I was like, I can do that. Like, yeah, no problem. And so what ends up happening is I take my 2 steps, I'm pretty good, and then I'm like, oh, and then I have to like grab onto the tree, and I'm like, but I like don't have my balance still, and so I'm like,
It was like she was holding on, right? And just like starting to towards the water, and I'm just watching it in like slow motion. No, her iPhone. That's what I was thinking.
No, she cared about you guys. She's like, we're not gonna be able to do the live properly tomorrow. She loses that. And so I'm almost going in, and I hold on for my dear life. I held on very, very strongly. Yeah, it almost ended up me in some really nasty water, and I would have not liked that.
I dropped my Gatorade bottle in there when I was climbing back
Yeah.
over the other way, and I was like, I'm not drinking the rest of that. I fished it out so that I could be eco-conscious and not pollute, but...
Yeah, it was it was a very scary few moments. I was a little too cocky, I guess.
Overconfident.
Overconfident with the hiking boots on.
See, I was not overconfident at that moment in time. Maybe a little bit. Like, I thought I was going to be able to go all the way across the bog.
So yeah, I do have battle wounds. I haven't put on my Hello Kitty Band-Aids yet, though. That's the whole point. That's the whole, like, exciting part of getting scratched up and cut open is you can put Band-Aids on them. Cute ones.
But yeah, does anybody have any fun 4th of July or weekend stories?
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, tell us about the fireworks while we're still waiting for people to come on.
I went to the fireworks here with my friends, and we literally like got there, whatever, at a really good time to be able to see them soon, and we literally didn't go to the food trucks because we're like, okay, they're gonna start soon, and we're gonna be in line during the food trucks. They started an hour late. A whole hour late, because we're like, what is going on here? Like, they're just not showing anything. But yeah, they started an hour late. That was not fun because I wanted to see them on time and I wanted to get donuts, but I didn't get any donuts. So
were they crisp? So I heard that if you go to Krispy Kreme, you get a free one on the 4th or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, they had one of the trucks it's like, I think it's called O-Nuts.
Oh.
And
or like the donut holes?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't look at their menu because the line was literally like, I think of like a normal line at a restaurant. It's like probably like 10 people, right? Ish, when it's like pretty busy. This line was probably 50 or 60 people.
Oh, wow.
It was like lined up.
That must have been some good O-Nuts.
Yeah. People really liked them, apparently. We're like, oh, which one? We're going to look around, which one? And the one that we inevitably wanted was the one that had the absolute longest line by
Of course.
far. And so we ended up not getting anything. I was hungry. Oh, Monica said, I'll just pop that. My husband and I built a gazebo on our deck and donated 14 bags of clothes after I cleaned the closets. That's very much in tune with the American spirit. Do it yourself.
Yes.
And
ma'am.
Be kind to others. Help out the poor.
And reduce, reuse, recycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big fans of that here. Okay, so
Any other stories?
Today we're going to be doing 2-color patina effects. So we went through our patina effects that we used to do with paints and stains, and we have updated those to be the one-step antique glaze. So you're going to be able to see what those effects look like today. So if you have any favorites from surfing the website, make sure you let us know in the comments here which ones you would like us to show you. We're going to start off with a few, and we'll make sure that we demo any ones that you would like to see that we haven't already chosen to do today.
Absolutely. Yay!
So yeah, all of just the 2-color effects today.
But yeah, there are more effects than that. But most of today, we do have 2 separate bundles today, which are really great. They have great stuff. They have my new fidget spinner in it as well, which is a whole lot of fun. Here, you can try. I'm going to make her try it and see if it's approved.
It requires constant motions. That's
You
good.
you need to pinch it a little less hard, a little more loosely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Keep one of those in my car.
I'm gonna keep one for Xavier.
Yeah. They're in my
When you
pocket.
need him to keep quiet. Here you
Or
go.
keep his hands busy.
Here you go.
It won't quiet him down, but it'll keep his hands busy.
I mean, if he gets hyper focused like I was earlier, I was like,
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so we have a couple bundles for today. Obviously, lots of fun projects, lots of hammering, and we're gonna paint all of this stuff because it's not even painted yet, and it looks amazing already. So we're gonna take it up a notch as we always do and make it the best ever.
I'm gonna try to also check in over on.
Oh, is this
YouTube.
available on the website still under the
What is
Bella
it?
area?
That cuff?
Yeah.
It is not. I know Corian every once in a while does bring them up on the warehouse sale, but we don't have that one available right now.
So maybe Corian has some of these available, Peggy, but yes, this bangle is really awesome. Super adjustable. I just have it very, very tight because I have very small wrists, and that's where I wanted it at on my wrist. But yes, I've been wearing this a lot lately because it's very much on trend. Everybody's wearing bangles everywhere. This is cool. So, I'm glad you noticed. Let me pop up a couple of these kits for you guys.
Well, they're really a sampler,
Well,
right?
samplers,
Not really a kit.
not kits, but
They have a lot of what, if you like the inspo pieces for today.
yes.
A lot of
So
those
this has
materials.
all of the main components for the necklace. You can always look at the picture. I'm losing my voice for some reason. You can always look at the picture online to see exactly everything that comes in it. Because it's very tiny up there. We have the Dragonfly. We have my Fit Now Fidget Spinner Star. We have the other Dragonfly, which I did chop up a bit. Remember, you can do that with your pieces. And I reused it in a couple places. We have the feather. We have the really beautiful filigree drop, which can be used differently too as well. You can use it to wrap stuff as well. The hearts and the blank that we end up hammering. And yeah, so most everything. The only thing you would need to add, findings, chain, and beads. And that's our first one, $29. And then we have our other one, which is also $29. I thought it was kind of crazy that these came out to be the same original price point, so they ended up being the same discounted price
Yes.
point. Exactly the same. I was like, what are the odds
How
of them
is
both
that?
being a value of 35.5 specifically when we added up?
Yeah,
and
that was really funny.
I was like, that is very, very specific.
So in picking out the items that Ainsley was going to demonstrate with today, we wanted to make sure we showed a couple different finishes, different textures, and particularly filigree and dimensional items, because the antique works so well on the 3D items.
Yes.
So,
And then also this other kit comes with those big earring blanks, 2 of them. Well, not blanks, but like
focal
pieces.
Yeah.
And then we have the filigree in the bracelet, all the little charmy things, another dragonfly to cut up. I saw I'm very gory. Dissecting my bugs. It is essentially what I do with this piece, but it's kind of funny. Another blank, more of those tags that you need, and then the heart locket as well. Everything you need besides finding beads and chain. And this one only has 1 bead in it, so you just need findings and chain and 1 bead.
Would you bring up Joanne's comment about the colors? She was
Yep.
asking if we could make a list, so I just want to touch on that. So everything that we are using today is available on vintage.com as sets.
Yes.
So if you like one of these effects, you're going to be able to go in.
And you'll see a mini picture of what
Yeah.
the effect looks like as well, which is really
you'll
great.
see the
visual.
color combo, and then also you're gonna, if you click into the description, it'll tell you what antique colors are in that set. So you can buy it as a set, or if you already have the colors, that's a good cheat sheet for or good reference for what colors are included in it.
Absolutely.
So that is just under vintage.com patina effects kits. All right. So did anyone have?
That's so sad, Glenda. I'm sorry that happened in your area.
Oh, she's from Caryville, huh? I've been following that on the news, and our thoughts and prayers are with everyone in Texas right now.
Absolutely.
I was just talking to my husband about how it's so hard to predict when things are going to happen like that, just like tornadoes in some parts of the world. You can kind of know that something might happen, like but someone was just telling me a story about being in, it was somewhere over in the Middle East. Is it Israel that has the Iron Dome?
I'm not sure.
So they have this defense system, and so people are used to hearing the warnings, right? They're used to hearing the warnings of there's an attack coming, and they just kind of go on with their lives because it always gets it. But they had sent a different kind of weapon or something, and destruction started to happen. So I think sometimes, like when we hear like tornado warning or things like that, you don't necessarily know
because
the
you
full
don't
extent.
expect what degree it may be.
Not even do people even know. Like, is it going to be like a little bit of wind, or is it going to be like a major disaster?
Right. Because all you're hearing is that signal.
Right. Exactly.
And not like, oh, this is what the scale of it is. Sherry said yes.
Yes, Israel. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm correct. I'm not super up. I watch a little bit of the news, but I try to keep my head not in it all the time because you want to have, positive experiences with life. But
I don't pay that much attention unless I think it's really going to impact a lot of people in a negative way.
Exactly, definitely. Okay. So let me see. I'm just going to ask one more time. Are there any patina effects in particular that you guys want to see today? Pop them in the comments.
Well, how about I let them know which ones we talked about. I'm going to pop these up so you guys get a little bit of a...
Well, I just put all of them in
I
there.
know.
Okay.
But I'm just going to... So that they know.
Oh, yes.
Or they can
so they don't
reference.
have to go look somewhere else.
We have indigo oxide. Violet oxide, Tiffany green, Kelly green oxide, sky sapphire, blood red for vampires here, like myself, aqua green oxide, coffee brown, gold green, and that would be the last one of those. So if any of those names stood out to you, or you're looking on the website and you see something that you want to see, let us know and we will start with that, and I'll decide whatever to put it on. So what are we feeling? Also, I'm gonna call them out over there.
Oh, we already talked about that on the live. Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Warehouse sale.
Oh, you did. Anyone who missed that,
Corinne said it's Doug's fault.
I literally pieced this back together. I pieced this entire thing back together, and it still doesn't work. I'm probably gonna give it to my brother because I probably could figure it out, but I don't have the time.
We'll see.
I don't have the time to figure that out. I'm a busy person. So, yeah, she's a little rough, so we're going to make Dallin try and fix it. He just didn't, he was like, fine, you guys can have it, but you can't have it well enough. You can't have it and actually use it.
We're just teasing, kind of. Oh, Peggy says coffee brown, so we will definitely do that one today. I think we'll do that on something that's lighter colored, because it's easier to see it on that, for sure.
We could do the silver.
Or the silver would be pretty too.
Yeah, I think it would look really nice.
What do you think? What is your feeling for the earrings? Because I think those are a big impact item. what do you personally, because it's your design, which one do you want to see
I
on
feel
there?
like classic vintage would be gold green.
Mm-hmm.
Sky sapphire would be a big statement. Aqua green would be classic vintage.
Which one says Kirk's Folly to you? Maybe show them the view of the jewelry if you want to pop that on our live.
You want to fix the camera?
I will do that.
Or actually, I can probably fix it a little bit.
Okay. Tell me what I need to adjust.
Move it up a lot so they can see my mouth. There we go.
You good?
Fantastic. All right. So let me process this for a second. It's difficult because I can't see the colors either, barely.
So I'm thinking, this is my thought, is that the gold green.
I was thinking of that
Green
too.
gold.
Actually, green gold did sound really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do green gold.
Okay, so
that.
well, let me just open up my other tab here that has those in it. Now, if you look at there's a link on this Facebook video that, okay, gold green, here we go, that has linked to everything that we're using today, the kits and then all of the effects. This has pale green and olive green in it. So they're right next to you if you want to grab out the colors.
Don't mind me, I was zoned out processing Doug telling us that he's going to send us a new one.
Pale green and olive green. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the base of what we want our dominant color to be. So pale green is our dominant color. So there's a couple of ways you can apply this. You can put it on with the dropper, or you can put it on with a brush.
We're going to do both ways because I'm cool like that for you guys.
And then you will dab in some of your other color, your secondary accent color. So if you wanted it to be more of the goldy color, you would start with the olive.
Let's do it both ways.
Well, let's just pick one, I think, just in interest of time. Which
It
way
won't
would
take
you
that much
rather
different
do it?
time.
I think you can do.
I'm going to do the drop on, but I'm going to start with the other color
Oh,
first.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Not two different application times.
I was originally going to do the two applications, but because there's
That's
two different
good.
color
Yes,
types.
I like that idea.
I'm going to do it the opposite. And I do need a brush, though. That would be... Not a makeup brush, though. That would not be fun for her brushes.
No.
I think she'd be a bit sad about that. They're kind of expensive.
I would be sad. Was there a green verdigris in the antiques at one time? It is now pale green. So we'll do that one as well, that effect as well.
Also, if your paintbrushes ever feel a little loose, just use your pliers to pinch down. They won't be loose anymore.
Right. So we kind of abuse ours and leave them in water a lot.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to put a generous amount on there. I think maybe you're a little thin.
No, I think so too. I'm just spreading it out for now, though.
Yeah, I don't think you have quite enough on there.
Move this up so I can actually see.
So yeah, the
guys.
verdigris that we've done in the past, we have a verdigris blue, which is very similar in the antique. That has the same pigment as our old verdigris. which we will do the Tiffany blue effect a little later. We'll make sure we show that one because I know it's going to be super popular.
I'm just dry brush wiping my brush off.
And you don't really need to do that for this technique.
But because I'm switching in between.
Because you're gonna kind of make this blendy.
Well, I'm switching in between colors to like spread it out. I don't want to mess up with the process, so they get a good idea.
You want to also work pretty fast in here because this is going to start to dry as you go along. It's a quick process.
Make sure you get in with our other color now.
I think you want a little bit deeper or a little bit more saturated base on your second one.
It's very saturated. All the grooves are completely full. You probably just can't tell. This one needs this though. I'm just dabbing this in here.
Welcome, Candy. She's just joining.
Hi.
It's a Monday, guys. We understand. Sometimes we're here, like you get here, and we get here plenty early. But it's like, what are we doing again? You have to reset your brain again.
You can see how that's transforming a bit.
So your olive-based one is definitely done. So whatever your dominant color is, you want to make sure that you have enough of it so that the second color doesn't super overpower it.
Just dry brush wiping. And then I'm gonna go in with.
So I would say, yeah, you probably need more of the pale green and just do little touches of the mossy olive green.
You don't need very much of the olive green because it is a stronger pigmentation than this pale green.
Yeah, and I would definitely put more pale green in. And even though that was really saturated, that's why earlier I was saying add a little bit more of it because I know how much the other color will dominate.
Sorry guys, didn't mean to.
Did you take them for a ride? So Peggy's asking for you to back the camera out. I think she wants to see more of that bottom piece a little bit, or maybe just position it down so that you can see both of them. Maybe both. Thanks, Peggy. Always appreciate the feedback.
And when I'm doing this, I'm just taking the corner of my brush and dipping it, and so it's just a very nice and light application, and I'm just kind of dabbing like you would your makeup. Just a little dab here.
So you can continue to fuss with this as much as you want, but really at any point you can be done.
I'm just double checking for any bubbles, but I think I got most of them.
Oh, Doug said he placed the order. Expect a working mixer in a week.
Yay!
It really wasn't, and really it broke because it wasn't handled properly in shipping. We just like to tease.
I know.
Sufficiently.
It's kind of hard for you guys to see.
I think
so I'm going to angle this like this.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
You guys get a better view here.
I almost think that could be a good like demo
view here.
position for a minute.
But yeah, that's what these kind of look like.
What do you guys think? Do you like seeing kind of this sideways angle versus top down? I think you get a prettier view of...
Let me, sorry, I'm trying to get it so it's less blurry on both of them.
Yeah.
Because it does defocus a little bit. And I also need to make sure it's angled into the right... Angled in the right place, because it does...
Should they hold their breath? Love it.
I'm going to fix this. I'm just going to go full screen on me because... I don't want you guys to get motion sickness from all this. It's like a whole process to get this all moving and around.
Woo! Just to change the angle, right? Okay, so would you please put up the 2-color finish that we're working on while we're doing it so that they can see that at the top. So you can purchase live here on Carter this 2-color effect, or you can look and see the color combinations if you already have all the antiques, and use the colors you already have. So gold green patina effect, and this is using pale green and olive green. So Ainsley has shown 2 ways to do this. Which one do you like? Do you like the dominant pale green or the dominant olive green? Doug, if you could put the info about the mixer in the comments here, or anybody that's watching that's Vintaj, that would be great. Because Diane's asking about it. If you want a shortcut on that.
Pale green. Pale green.
Ah, yes.
Pale
Me
green.
too.
I knew it.
So when I formulated this color combination, that was what I picked to be dominant. So this is a good demonstration of how you can mix it up though, for sure. I love having both. And if you want it even more dominant, do me a favor and put a little bit more pale green on it, because I think you're gonna
it's kind of blended in a little bit.
In. I think another
because
coat of
it's
that.
very thickly pooled in there, so we can go back in.
And it's really lovely to do this while it's still wet, because you're gonna see how that gold green really appears with these 2 colors organically mixing. But I think even on your number 2 one is really where I want to see it. Where we want to see it more dominant.
So you can see now the slight variation from adding some more.
And I would just like dump it on there for the other blank.
What are you talking about?
The one where it's supposed to be more dominant. The second one you started on.
This? What about it?
Yes, I think it needs more pale green.
More? Why?
Because I think it needs more.
I don't think it needs more.
What do you guys think? Does it need more pale green?
Like, we're just gonna relieve all of that off.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, we will. It's literally gonna come right off in like 2 seconds, and I'm gonna do more work than necessary.
Hey, is anybody on my side? Does anyone want to
No.
see what it looks like with more pale green? I think we do.
I don't think we need to.
Oh, Janet says it's better with more pale green.
She's
so I
talking.
think the second one will.
That's not what she's referencing.
I
and
know,
you know
but
it.
I'm saying that means the other one will too.
No.
She says Ainsley's face. Okay, great. So Doug's putting in an Amazon link there for you guys. You might need to copy paste it because it's not in as Vintaj. if you are looking for a mixer similar to what he's sending us.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, next piece.
You don't have a matched pair there though. You're gonna have to make the other ones match because your earrings need to match.
I want a mismatched earrings, okay?
Stick to your guns, Ames, Janet says. Do you ever, so you guys have probably been watching long enough that she will always stick to her guns. So when she was little, she was really stubborn, and what you would call it now would be like principled, opinionated, has a definite point of view, which means it's uncompromised and unflinching on standards, I think, as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she will, for sure. Peggy, she's already got me stuck in the corner over here.
You stuck yourself in the corner. You don't want to be. You don't want to be in the hot seat.
Whew, it's warm enough over here as it is.
It's just my spiciness rubbing off in the atmosphere.
Yes. Whew. Thanks, Janet. We'd like to have fun with each other. Don't get too many of us Hollands in a room. Then.
Hey, look at guys. It's eyeballs.
Woo.
Pop, pop.
Okay, so you're gonna do a match set. That's really good demo, I think. So going in with the pale green.
Guys, she's now
I'm
a play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Okay, you want to do it? You go ahead and give the play-by-play. Play-by-play.
She's like, I don't want to be in the hot seat. And then she's just like, actually, I want to talk the whole entire time, just not be on camera.
What?
Some days she really doesn't, though, guys. She won't actually. She'll be like, no, I really don't want to today.
My battery's running low, and I don't know why. I've got this charger plugged in. I may lose my ability to see the comments super effectively without honing in on your space. I don't want to do that. Okay, maybe just changing that outlet will help. Seems like it's working now. And she's like, yes! Whew!
You guys don't realize when we're like that close together, like on camera, like Mackie and I would always say, like, it does not look like we're that close together, but
you're
we
like
are
inches.
We are literally touching. Our shoulders are touching.
Do you ever wonder how people in movies do it? Oh, you might want to work with your next color quickly so that it doesn't dry too quick.
I'm being very aware.
I just don't want to distract you.
I'm not distracted.
Okay.
I'm doing.
But do you ever wonder like how people in movies do it, where they have to have like a really close scene? Do you think it's the same, where they have to be like way closer than what's comfortable in natural real life?
They have to do a lot of things that are a lot closer than comfortable, and they don't like it.
I don't think I could do it.
I think I could do it because I do it anyway. But I do think it would kind of suck. I like my personal space.
Yeah.
I like my bubble, but I'm also a very chatty person, as you guys can tell.
She's somewhat social. I am going to just adjust your camera a little bit, view. So don't mind me while I do that. Keep going.
I will mind you, but that's okay.
Don't mind me too much. I'm just trying to get both of them. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. Okay, this is my favorite. Look at that. Third time's the charm, I think, with getting the exact balance, because that's amazing. How whatever amount you put on the bottom there was perfect. And then you just let dry in relief.
I do need to soak up some
That's
of it,
amazing. No, I think you can
It's getting into the pieces.
on the second piece.
Or one of the pieces, yeah, you'll see.
We always play it fast and loose here with doing our assembled pieces. I do that a lot when I'm making stuff. Peggy says it would depend on who the other actor is.
It wouldn't for me. Because I'm just not like that.
You hear about like those stories though where people just like ate an onion beforehand and they have to be in like a really close scene. Like Clark Gable, they said, had really horrible breath because of dentures or something like that.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm. So you just never know, right? They might look really appealing on screen and you just don't know. It
doesn't matter to me. I don't care either way if they're appealing or not. Well, I do care that they're not too unappealing, to be fair. Not too disgusting. But I'm not going to like it, is what I'm saying either way. Because at the end of the day, it would be a job. That's what it would be.
I think, too, once these dry, you're going to really see, because I'm looking at them in person, and they're way more dynamic in person than they are on camera, too.
Yes.
So we will get some really gorgeous beauty shots. What do you think? Are you going to do a patina effect on these drops as well? Were you planning on that with the design?
On these?
Yeah.
I hadn't really considered it yet. I knew I was going to do these ones. I think I'm going to wait for these to dry, see how they relieve, and see how I feel about adding it in a second here.
Sure thing. Okay, so what's the next piece that you want to experiment on?
Yeah, That's a good question. I feel like let's go and take a look at, maybe we will do, let's demo our Dragonfly, actually.
Oh, that's good to know, Sherry. That sounds like fun, too. She said she was an extra for episodes of Chicago Fire and Med, and you are normal distances apart. There are numerous cameras, and you repeat the scene multiple times.
I feel like it's a little easier, though, to catch it on a camera like that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. I've got my handy Dragonfly here. You are going to watch me dealing it. I'm a horrible human being. It's quite terrible. Let me just move this out of the way. And let me zoom in so it focuses properly. And I'm just going to be bending back and forth. You're going to notice it's going to start loosening. There goes one. And now I'm going to take a plier so I can get the proper angle with this. So I'm going to do the same thing. Just continue to go back and forth. It's easier to do when you're not trying to keep it in focus with the camera. Okay. This I don't even use, but maybe you have something to use it for. This is something you could do.
The centerpiece?
This is something you could do very easily.
Wait a second. I saw that sitting out and I thought it was a completely different piece.
No.
You could make a bail out of it or something, right?
That's exactly kind of what I was doing. So we could totally just like roll it up like so. Use it like this. Just like a little hoopity doopity like that. Or you could do it differently than that, but that's a concept for you. Waste not, want not. All right, and then let me see which direction I did the. Okay, this is the one.
Connie is asking about if she can't get her paint to mix. Sometimes if paints are like in transit, if certain colors are more sensitive to heat, so just email customer care. And we will help you sort out if they're able to be mixed or not. Because sometimes like extreme temperature changes, they can be sensitive to that in transit. So that does happen sometimes. So just let us know and we will make sure that we get you new paints.
Okay. Then next part is for this wing, which would be our I'm really bad at my left and right, guys. Funny, I literally can't tell without looking at my hands. I have to think about it. It's not automatic, but it would be our right wing is the one we're gonna leave it like this, and we're going to simply.
Let's just zoom this out just a teensy bit.
It's gonna focus on everything else. That's why it's zoomed in.
Oh, I see.
I wasn't even showing it yet. I was talking
Right,
at that point. So we're just going to file any rough edges here. We don't want to poke anybody. We don't want that stabbing into us. So let's just file this down nicely.
Another killer among us. It must run in the fam.
And so, yes, almost there. The other thing we can do is to get this to be a little rounder of a shape. All the tools I need are quite buried under the other, so is I can just snip a little bit here. Just do a tiny snip, and it's gonna round out that edge there so it's not so pointed there. Just do some more filing.
Yeah, so a good tip for storing any of our paint stains or antique glazes, you want to keep them in somewhere that's temperature controlled, so not like in your hot attic, not in your garage where it will freeze, that type of thing. So keep it somewhere that's comfortable for you, and your paints are going to be hold up better.
Crazy. That's all you have to do, and then you just hole punch it.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 2 seconds to do, and it's super easy as well.
So they're not super temperature sensitive, like anything that would be a normal indoor temperature. We're just talking about extreme, like you don't want to set it on your radiator, for example.
Right.
Or you don't want to set it like right next to your vent. You know, sometimes in a hot truck, the temperatures will reach like over 100 degrees. So as long as you're keeping it in your house, you're going to be fine with your paints.
That's how we get that piece. We'll paint these in a second, and I'm going to show you how to do the other one as well. We're going to do their same like bending technique. I just need to grab another plier. Okay, you're going to notice this line right here, and I'm going to put both of my pliers, I'll show you in a second where they are, on either side of that line. Let me move these out of the way because it's not focusing again. It doesn't like me. Let me back it up a bit too, that should help. So, I have both of my pliers on either side of that line, and we're going to do that same thing where we're doing the bending back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Focusing it right in that little spot. Ta-da! Now it's apart. Then I'm going to just simply clip off this super sharp edge here that's jutting out. Sometimes it's easier to just kind of like scrape it too a bit with your sides of your pliers, and then we simply file again. No sharp edges here.
This is a really sweet little component, and I feel like it could be a really great earring component as well.
Absolutely. I would agree. These would be really cool earrings.
I think wings make things feel collected.
They're very like dainty feeling. It's very dainty feeling. Let me pull this out so I can.
What was the beautiful bug that I saw in McCall in the case, which we were like, that would be pretty terrifying to see in person, but underneath the glass.
The ones that look like leaves.
Well, the leaf cutter one, I don't think would be terrifying
the
to see
huge
in
one?
person. Yeah.
I don't know what that was. That thing's massive.
It's beautiful, but like the size of your head.
Yes, size of your face for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, but like I would love to have like one of those big leaf cutter beetles as like a pet.
Some people do.
I think they're
really
amazing.
Cool. Some people do. There's like a couple online. You've probably seen them. It's like the girl with the German boyfriend. She's like Vietnamese.
Oh yes, I've seen
her. Her boyfriend has a bunch of bugs
really?
in their guest room. So
alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pet bugs. Like he has like a stick walker.
Oh.
There's like a whole joke that he's gonna like train it to walk their wedding rings down the aisle. But
adorable.
She thinks it's creepy, and a lot of other people think it's really creepy. And like they're like, oh, I'm sleeping in the room with the bugs.
Okay, so I think some bugs are adorable. Like
his aren't the super creepy ones. They're pretty cool actually. It's not like spiders or anything.
And I think the funniest person with bugs is your dad, because sometimes he's like okay with the craziest bugs. Like the gigantic centipede he let crawl on him at the zoo. Like, I mean...
Maybe he doesn't like tiny things.
I don't know.
He doesn't like mice or bats either.
I don't know. But then, like, other things he's like, will not... He just really doesn't like it. So... But I love, like, you know those little tiny beetles that are, like, our scarab wing color? They're that green.
Yeah.
Iridescent color. Like, I'll let that crawl on my arm all day. And the original ladybug, not the Asian beetles that invaded later, but the red ones that would be in my mom's garden when I was a kid. I loved those.
Those Asian beetles stink. I remember them in our old house, and they like smell really bad.
Yeah, they smell like nuts or something. It's just
it's
weird.
Like, it's not like nuts. It's like almost like a ashy kind of smoky.
Yeah, like burnt.
Burnt.
Well, because you get stuck in the vacuum, and then it would smell like that. Yuck. We didn't get very many, but my parents' house, which was built a lot earlier, they would get so many because it would just get in the cracks. Doug says, I've seen Steve with bats. So there was this time that we went to, I don't know, we were just like just married.
County? Oh, no, you're talking about... Oh.
We were like just married, and we went spelunking with some family members. I think it was Ben and Wendy and Steve and a friend of his, and we all went in the cave. And or my brother Steve. So I also have a brother Steve, which is Corinne's dad. My husband's also called Steve, so don't get confused there. So we went in, and a bat like grazes his head, like flies down close enough that it just like grazes his head, and he turns around to my brother and he says, I don't know if I'm going over, under, or through you, but I'm getting out of this cave right now.
Yeah, he really doesn't like bats.
No, really not.
And then we went to Door County. One of the activities was bat watching. I really wanted to do it because I think bats are really cool and cute. Especially if you've seen fruit bats, they look like little doggies, and they like swaddle them when they're little babies, and they have these little blankets, and they have these cute little faces, and their little tongues are like they're eating the fruit. It's so adorable. But yeah, we went out there for like probably 30 seconds. And he's like, nope. He's going to literally be flying down, swooping. That's the whole point. There's like a bat house nearby. And he's like, no. And then he's like, I swear I felt one over my head. I'm getting out of here. And then so was my older brother.
That's funny. Yeah, I feel like Hunter's the most like him.
Yeah. And this is another funny story. There was I was like, oh, like I noticed a bat in our garage, right? And I like went inside. I'm like, hey, there's a bat in the garage, whatever. And my dad's like, Hunter, go take it out. Go take care of it. Go take the broom. Go get rid of it. Whatever. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with it. No. And my dad's like, no, I'm not doing it. You go do it. And then I was like, fine, I'll go do it. And then my dad's like, no. And then so he went to go hit it down because he couldn't have his daughter go do that and him not. It was dead. It had crawled its feet up into the outlet on the ceiling of the garage, right, for the garage thing, and it must have electrocuted itself. It was like fried, and so it's kind of funny though because they were being really dramatic about it.
Oh, no way, Monica. She said, names can be so confusing. My sister and I both married men with the last name Thompson.
That's funny.
Well, now you always seem related, right? In some way or another. Jean says, love ladybugs, but not roaches. I don't think who likes roaches.
I don't think anybody likes roaches.
Nobody likes roaches. Do you know what is the coolest thing that I've seen related to bugs and jewelry, though, is they took, what is it? There's this kind of bug that makes like pods for itself, and they put only, and it will use like, it will forage whatever materials it's given, and they put like gems and gold and stuff.
Oh yeah, you sent me
enclosure.
That. Yes, and it like created this whole.
And it builds these amazing pieces. I'll have to find it later and put it on our DIY with Vintaj to give you guys some inspiration because it's really great. Okay, so what color are we going to do these cute little wings?
We said, we could either do the brown or we could do something else.
Do we want it? So Peggy said coffee brown earlier.
But are we going to do it for the feather?
Because there's so much brown in there already.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do a different color for the wings.
I think someone earlier was wanting to see something purple, so maybe like the violet oxide.
Let me look at what we have here, and I'll bring up whatever we do next. Or we could do the indigo oxide. That'd be very purpley.
Yeah.
Let's do
either
indigo oxide.
Or violet. Yeah.
I'm going to...
So let me open that one up and see what colors we've got in there.
It's like got the fuchsia color and the blue color.
So this
Cobalt
is
blue and one other, and I don't
fuchsia
see that out. You pull that out for me, please?
I will see if that's over here.
They should be in there. It is.
Fuchsia pink. Here you go. Here's your second color. Did you pop that one up too?
Yep, I have it up.
Okay. So this is indigo oxide.
And what is your intended base? Cobalt?
So usually you want to start with this one with the less dominant color and do more of it. So that's going to be your pink.
So do the fuchsia pink first. And I'm just going to do the tiniest little dots. I'm going to switch brushes because these are very small pieces here. This also needs to be cleared.
I feel like we vacillate between very like chatty and very quiet.
It's usually when I'm processing that I'm quiet because I'm thinking about like what I'm doing or whatever.
I think it's just like the two of us though, like it's in a combination. Can you move your camera down, or would you like me to do that?
Oh, I guess yeah, that does that. Let me. There we go. I'll be chatty in a second, I promise. I'm just focusing. I have to like twist my head. As you notice, I'm going like this so I can see it. Yeah. Okay, there's that.
I'm gonna try to get you a better angle so you don't have to look around it. That way you can describe the process, and later on I can use it for a snippet. Don't mind me here for a second, guys. It's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, but I think we're gonna be good.
Okay, I'm gonna take the tiniest bit of our cobalt blue. I'm just gonna do some dabs. Tap, 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 tap.
Really pretty. I think it's important to know, like, the more that you do this when it's still liquidy, the more blend you're gonna get.
Absolutely.
Something that we're trying to emphasize in the education that we give you guys for the one-step antique glazes is just how simple
It can be.
you can achieve these effects. You don't have to do a 5-step process. It's just, you know, adding a couple colors at the same time and you get really gorgeous effects.
Obviously still can do a 5-step process,
Yes.
but it's just not necessary.
Well, and I think for me, I'm always looking for a shortcut.
Absolutely. But yeah, so it's super easy.
Yeah, I love these two colors together. I think that was a really good choice for these wings.
Okay. Let's do more. Let's do our feather. What are the coffee brown colors? Sepia brown and like
So let me look.
sepia
Because
and sienna, maybe?
think so. Let me just verify. So coffee brown is sepia brown and sienna brown. Good guess.
Guys, I'm like so smart.
I feel like these are going to be a little bit easier to remember names too when we get used to them because they are a little bit more on the nose.
Well, I knew the other names really, really well when we did the other line too because I was part of like, I did like a whole thing with them where I was like putting them, entering them in, which is why I actually knew them last time.
You redid all the graphics for these too though, so.
That's not the same.
I
I
feel like
didn't
that.
enter in any names.
Right.
Which
You
makes
have
a
to type
difference.
them out.
Yeah. So we're just gonna pop these on the mat. One color. I'm gonna start with the sepia. This is later. I'm gonna choose a slightly larger brush. It's more of like a medium-sized brush. If it wants to come to me, it did not want to come to me for a second. And I'm just gonna spread this. There's a bubble here.
What is the original name for fuchsia pink? So the same pigment would be your sunset pink in stain or your fire opal in paint. So they, all three of those.
How did that flip over?
Did it just turned over? Well, now you could do both sides.
No, not this. I was talking about something else.
Oh, something else turned
Now
over.
I'm going in with our other color.
So Connie, yes, all of the colors we're using are part of the new antique line. So if you have the full set, then you have these colors.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a little absorption.
So if you wanted to do more of an enamel effect, you could use these corresponding colors with the paints and get a really gorgeous effect as well. They will blend a little differently, but that's, you could get like a kind of a cool swirled enamel look too.
It's running away from me, guys. Okay. We're gonna let that dry. It's a little harder piece to work with. It's not as flat as a lot of our stampings are.
So you put both colors in there?
Yes.
Wasn't paying attention. Very pretty.
And we still have our star to do.
Yeah, and the dragonfly. I was thinking that we should do one of those pieces in the Tiffany blue. So do you want to pick which one of those you wanted to do Tiffany blue?
I would say the dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
It's better. I can move some of these things out of the way. These are drying really well once I get them screened.
Yes. So no, all the colors that we're working with today are standard non-metallic color because we're trying to do patina effects.
Okay. Now, which one did you want me to do on this?
So we were gonna do the Tiffany green,
which is what?
Which is getting there. Okay, Tiffany green is
emerald green and
it is emerald green and pale blue.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And you do quite a lot of the pale blue.
I would have assumed so based on prior ones we've done. Okay. I need to add some more to this wing.
So when you're going over a dark metal with a light color, I always just err on the side of more.
Okay, and then when we're adding this very lightly. It's a very, very strong color.
I would even, yeah. Are you gonna add that with your brush?
Yes. Whereas before, teeny tiny corner, very small amount. We don't need a lot. I'm just kind of dabbing that in there. Teeny tiny amount. Sometimes if we feel like it's a lot, then we can wipe it off. Because I felt like that was more than necessary.
Look at how pretty those colors are just coming together. Who else is in awe of the process while you're doing it? I think it's magical. kind of like how you've just left the body natural brass as well.
Yeah, that was my intention too, because I can just roll it without having to worry about the paint needing to set for any longer, and all of that. All of that fun stuff. Just gonna let her dry. And I'm just dry brush wiping my brush to make sure it doesn't get gross.
We have the aqua green oxide, I think that we should do on something. Maybe the bracelet.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't know why I'm so ing today.
What colors?
This one, this is the first color that we've repeated today. It's a shared color is the pale blue. So you just use that one, correct?
Yep.
So pale blue and verdigris blue. Which it's funny that we call it aqua green. But because they're both blues. But it's a blue green. So everybody has different rods and cones in their eyes. So some people will call aqua a green and some people will call it a blue. I think this one you could really go equal too. So I was showing Ainsley how you can really just scribble this on there with your, you're doing that lefty. Why are you doing that lefty?
Because I can.
But you can't see it. Oh, you see his hand.
I didn't think about that.
Maybe do the second color with your right hand. Who else is ambidextrous, guys? Or how ambidextrous are you? I'm wondering. I think some things I do. Lynn says yes, Jean. I was just going to say that. It is a benefit to be sitting behind the camera here, or not behind the camera, but watching and being the armchair person.
All she has to do is sit there.
I just have to sit there and talk and comment and annoy her and poke and prod her a little bit. and let her give me the side eye so you guys can be entertained.
Get her full enjoyment.
Oh, Monica, have fun at Costco. I went for the first time the other day.
What?
Yes, Costco. Grandma took us.
You had never gone to Costco before?
I'd never gone to Costco.
Did you see what it's about?
Kind of. But it's like a little overwhelming for me, so I didn't love it. Because it was really busy.
Yeah, you just can get really good deals on things.
Yeah.
Like Dyson vacuum cleaner is like significantly less expensive.
It just didn't happen to have the thing that I needed there that day.
What was it?
We were looking for outdoor camping chairs, hammocks, really like outdoor stuff, and I think they probably had that stuff closer to the beginning of the season.
Yeah, because they kind of do things in like batches.
For sure.
I'm going to soak up some of this.
Sit there and look pretty, Becky says.
That's funny. I soaked up a little bit too much, but that's okay. We can go back in with some colors.
I feel like, so Xavier was telling me this story, and said he was at the lunch table at school and said he had never been to Costco, and a girl at his lunch table said, "Oh, you're kidding me. That's horrible. That's my happy place." But he thought that was really funny.
They have like really good like pre-made food.
I thought
like
their
frozen food options and like
I thought the deli section was really great.
And then also you can just get like pizza for cheap. Yeah. There's a lot of Asian food selection there.
I feel like this one is also eating up that first color again.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
it's
was just
soaking
adding it in. I accidentally pulled up too much of the other color both colors in
I
general.
think I would almost even say you could scribble it on again and it would do well.
I just need to. That was way too small of a pile.
Because sometimes it's like your brush soaks it all up and it's just more effective to put it on with the dropper.
It'll be fine. Look, it's going back in.
Because sometimes when you're working with the brush, it actually will wick up what's on your piece too.
Yes.
Just as a...
You just do need to add a lot more, especially if you're working with a large brush.
Yeah. Because the brush wicks it up.
We did add a lot more color back in there. Pop that bubble though, that's not okay.
So pretty and subtle. There might be something wrong with that girl Costco UGG. That's funny.
I like those kinds of places a lot as a kid. Free food? Are you kidding me?
Well, we had Sam's Club in Dubuque, Iowa, when Ainsley was growing up, and we went there quite a bit because we had a lot of kids to feed. So we would go through the bulk items. We're just dwindling in numbers now that are living in our house. So
I bet it would be good for bulk meat.
Yeah, probably. But we just don't have like an extra freezer anymore. Which we just don't really
I just mean like
because
you would for one meal you would buy like a whole bulk and that would be what would feed everybody.
For sure.
Or I know grandma, she likes to get it for things like drinks.
Yes.
Because you get them a lot cheaper, and that's definitely something to go through. It'd be like getting a whole box of yerbas for cheaper.
I want to say she said she goes at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first thing on a Tuesday. That's a good tip, Lynn. Yes, for sure. Candy, it takes me a long time to learn a new place, too. So, I always never judge a new place completely by my first experience either. Pretty good that way. So Debbie, if you are purchasing live, you and you're using the Carter system, you just go into your messenger and you follow the instructions that way. And it will take you to checkout. So do you want to do, what other color do you want to do?
I don't really have that many. We could do a blood red, but I don't want to do that on the star.
I don't think with these, I don't think we do that. What color do you want to put on? I think we definitely need to demonstrate.
We can do it on the hearts though.
Pieces.
We can just hammer
that's
them.
Really like Kirk's Folly feeling to have blood red with the.
It doesn't need to be true to Kirk's Folly.
I know. I'm just saying.
It's my own interpretation.
Okay, if you say so. I trust you.
She said that kind of like she doesn't trust me, guys.
You think that was a snarky I trust you?
Definitely sounded like a snarky I trust you. I'm going to...
You know what, Corian, I did not see that. Before you get into that, Ainsley, would you pop up Corian's
give me 2 seconds to
comment?
Move this stuff over. Which one? Oh, giveaway.
Yeah.
Giveaway time. Giveaway. What is the first comment? Let me find the first comment.
You might be looking for it.
Maybe, will you comment that again, Corian? Because it might be hard to find. So we'll pop that up in a second. I'm just going to do some hammering while we wait for that. Oh!
Did it fly away on you? It jumped.
Yeah,
it grew legs and jumped off the table.
It's a little frog. I don't want to put my fingers that close to it, so how about let's do this. Now she won't jump.
so
And if you're wondering why I'm hammering it, because obviously you don't have to hammer it, I just want there to be more dimension to the piece. And this is a great way to achieve that.
also it gives it something for the antique to hold on to.
Yes, that's especially with paint. Oh man.
Antique.
Yes, with antique. I'm sorry, guys. I'm learning.
Everybody does it.
Okay. Now you can kind of see there's a good bit of texture there. This will just help with our paint application.
Antique.
I'm not learning.
Just to add another layer of confusion.
Okay.
We'll forgive you. I think we'll give you a pass.
This blood red is black and
Red.
red.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically you're taking your red and then you're turning it down to be toning it down to be more of like an ox blood color.
Okay, there's that. Very strong, very powerful, very red. I'm just gonna spread this around with my brush.
Hey, you wanted to do it.
Yes. No, I know. I'm not knocking it.
That is a good point, Peggy. If you don't want your charm to jump away on you, you can take it down for sure.
Absolutely.
Like to live on the edge here, though.
Yep. Wipe my brush off because that is a lot of black. Look at her go. It's kind of hard to see though because of the mess I made. The color. So
Oh, you put a lot of black in there.
it wasn't really that much, but
It's
very powerful.
You can see how dominant it is. That is a really pretty
it's very pretty color.
red though. It's seeming a little bit more like monochromatic right now. If you wanted more dimension, you could go back in with the red
Yes.
again. It just, that black, honestly, it's our most
It's
pigmented
very difficult
color.
to do on a very small piece.
Yes, for
It's
sure.
a lot easier to do on a not a small piece. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna add some little highlights here and there.
So these are actually our two most pigmented colors are the black and the crimson red. So, and it's not that there's more or less pigment, it's just more dominant is what I should say.
Yes.
They just take over everything. So they're kind of fighting for attention here. But I think you accomplished that really well, that blend there.
And I'm giving it a lot more dimension at the moment. You can see more dimension now. We're just gonna let it dry. I'm not gonna touch it for a bit.
Just let it. Maybe now would be a good time to show them how some of those first pieces are drying. Yes, Peggy, very vampy. I saw this post the other day where somebody's like, it's like me the minute July 4th ends and they start doing like pumpkin things. They're all getting ready for Halloween already. I want to enjoy the rest of summer and it feeling like summer, but I do love the fall and Halloween.
And just so you know, when I do this, it is better to we're going to
What are you doing?
chop him.
Clip it off. Oh, we're dismembering him again.
Yeah, that's what he gets. And then we just simply, let me find my tool. Simply roll. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, you just want to roll.
I don't think I
it.
saw any of that on camera.
None of it?
None of it.
Okay, all we did is roll it.
Just
Okay, but you do need to chop it off. Just because you see how there's like, this would be a lot more extra tail there. As you can tell,
maybe I need
there's
to change the angle for you.
a lot of extra tail here. So we just chop it and then roll it. That's really easy to do.
Let me do this too. I'm gonna scooch this up for you so you can have a clean surface.
Yeah, it is in a very weird spot.
Yeah.
Careful of our stuff. You almost knocked it off.
It's all right. There you go. We'll give you a clean surface to work on, and then let me fix this too so that it's easier for you to show.
Okay, there's that one. Here are our earrings that are drying.
Yeah, now you can really see how dynamic the color is. What about maybe a little bit of relief on those?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Oh yeah, to do is take our handy dandy.
See, I'm trying to not be bossy, but sometimes when it's off camera, don't want to get in trouble for being bossy, guys.
She's very bossy if you didn't notice. Let's talk about this now.
I said maybe it would be a good time. That's me suggesting not being bossy.
Well, sometimes you just do it.
Is there a distinction there?
You like take over the topic.
Perfect time to use that coverall. Hey, at least it was just the tail. Bring on fall. Yes, yes. Looks like we have some other fans of fall.
You want to zoom into me?
Yes. Do you want to put the gold green back up there, or maybe one of the sets that? But yes. So is this full view you now?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I will zoom in. I think I like them with no color on the bottom.
Yeah, I do.
I like them in the natural brass, maybe with just like a little bit of relief on there, which it looks like you already did maybe.
Guys, you want to know something funny? Before we got on here, we were trying to fix the camera because I looked like Quasimodo.
Half and half.
I had two different sides of my face. They were completely different.
And it was just the lighting.
It looked really funny. It looked really goofy. There's those. You can zoom out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, move the camera up. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Maybe.
Let's see here. I'm going to replace our Dragonfly. Or actually you can replace the Dragonfly and I might paint one more piece. Here.
So Lynn said moms are allowed to be bossy. What did you say? What do you need?
Just replace this.
Oh, Soko's being bossy now?
You asked me what you needed me to do, so it wasn't bossy for me to give you a direct instruction on that.
I understand that.
Let me process. Okay, let's look at this really quickly so you guys understand construction. I punched 3 holes in here. These are all just connected with jump rings. I did bend this piece a little bit to fit my wrist nicely. This is just looped in here. These are looped in here. And this is easy, simple chain here. But yes, there's that. Let me look at this feather, which is like 99% dry. The back is not done yet though.
Oh, there's no clasp on this.
No, it's big enough to go over my head.
Uh-huh. I was looking to see which direction it needed to be, and then I was like, oh, it doesn't matter.
There's that.
So you still need to do the star, right?
I really don't want to do the star.
I think we should do the sky sapphire on the star.
We can just paint it, but I'm not going to replace it in the piece, is what I'm saying.
No, I will do it.
No, I don't.
Oh no, do it on here. I know what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want to paint the piece in terms of the necklace. I will paint the piece separate though, so they can see the effect.
Oh, okay, yes.
Because I feel like that's a little bit too many things going on for the intention of the design.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes, we need to demonstrate that color, I think.
Yeah, I'm saying I will demonstrate it, but sky sapphire.
And then they can
pale blue and cobalt.
Let me see. Yes.
Okay. And we'll do some quick reliefing. I'll do this on camera once I find the block.
Also, this filigree here. Pick a color for that one as well, I feel like.
This.
Yes, so Debbie, thank you. And then Vintaj went ahead and put in links to the patina kits that we're selling today or we're featuring today. Those are on vintage.com and then just under patina effects kits. So they're pretty easy to find on the website, and then also you can shop by commenting the cart number at the top.
Okay. Let's go in with our pale blue base. Generous amount. Maybe a bit messy for a bit here. This is.
Would you mind hand me that reliefing block?
Yep.
Because I'm gonna relief this dragonfly.
Yeah, I didn't do that one. That, and then we're gonna have my tiny little bit of cobalt up here. I'll move this up in a second. I realize that's at the bottom of the screen right now.
Did you brush that on or
I dripped
bottled
it
it
on,
on? Yeah.
and not too friendly about it because it is a filigree piece.
Yeah, you kind of have to trace it, otherwise it all wants to come off, like scribble it on. Kind of takes a little bit of nuance to do the filigree.
Bubbles. Sorry, I'm doing sound effects. Little bubble pop sound effect. And then we're gonna go in with teeny tiny corner, very tiny, tiny, tiny corner. You can't even barely see it. And I'm going to, oh, maybe I didn't even get any.
I don't use the brush, just drip it. Try just dripping it on, because I think that with the brush, sometimes when you're working on top of filigree, it actually wicks up more of the color than you want it to. It's one of those tips for just for using on filigree.
Or just absorb a lot of it, actually. Because this is a very strong powder, that's why I don't want to like just drip it on. Because even with the verdigris got very overpowering. So I'm just tapping that in there.
This is blending out pretty nicely though as you go. When you said verdigris, do you know what the closed caption thinks you're saying?
What?
Vertebrae.
Oh, interesting. It's kind of cool.
It thinks we're doing a medical show.
There's that. Let her dry. You swapped out?
I put in the Dragonfly.
She was just sitting there, guys, and just.
But no, do you know why I didn't do it yet?
Why?
Is because we need to do the drop. So I needed you to look at it and figure out what color you wanted to do that. The filigree drop.
I didn't need to look at it. It would be more helpful to have the other pieces there and look at it to do it. But I think I'm gonna do aqua green oxide again.
Okay. That would be very pretty. Now, this time, try to just only apply with your tips. Because it's important that it clings to the filigree.
What I did last time too.
Okay.
So
remember, I'm like splitting my attention between comments and watching you, so I don't always know that.
we're gonna start with our pale blue again. Let me find it though. This one's going to be a lot harder to do. Also for the construction, I opened up one of these tabs here because they do open up, and I punched a hole right here, and I thread through a head pin, so it stuck out.
Do you want to actually show that? I think that would be really helpful. Would you? Maybe let me rephrase that. Would you please?
No, I really don't want to because it's kind of annoying to do. But if we're gonna do this anyway, then I'm just gonna open it up to paint it because it's gonna be a lot easier.
Yeah. That's a good tip.
But
not everybody knows that those
really
open.
Annoying to put it back together.
Hey, you decided to put it in the design, so they need to see how that happens, right?
Yeah, I'm just telling them so they know for their own experience it's going to suck. Alright.
It's kind of nice to have that big mat that you can just move things around on, right? Would you normally punch the hole before or after?
I'm gonna punch it after because I don't want paint to get into the hole.
Ah, antique, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even get a smile after that one. Oh, Corian says, please, Ains, it'll be super helpful for all these ladies who also may think it's annoying too, LOL. I don't know. I think maybe, just maybe, you have just a little ounce of extra sass today. What do you think? Or just the normal amount? I can't tell. Normal amount of sass.
Just tapping this in there gently. I'm just gonna spread a little bit with my headband, just to pull it on more of these parts of it. Okay, this needs pop though. Dragging it across our piece more, where I don't have any coverage.
And don't be afraid to put on a thick layer of this, because it's just going to settle into all the grooves. And it will dry a little bit more subtle than what you're seeing when it's wet. Yes, I think so, Peggy. She says, sass from too long of a weekend. And the trauma of almost falling into the bog. I can't lie, I was sweating a little bit when I was trying to figure out how I was going to get back down that log. Because I was convinced there was going to be a way all the way across. And there wasn't. Not without like shimmying up a tree that was covered in spider webs. And when I say covered in spider webs, I mean like really haunted house level,
Yeah.
covered.
Like exaggerated level.
Like cocoon, you thought that the spider from The Hobbit was in there.
There was a lot of spider webs there, actually. It was kind of crazy.
But hey, I slept well last night. Must have been all that like real adrenaline instead of the anxiety adrenaline.
Okay.
Lovely. You can also, wouldn't be a bad idea to show them how they can speed up the dry process using a heat tool.
And I'm just going to absorb some sections of these because I don't want to dry it with massive blobs of paint. It's fine with air drying because it'll settle more, but if we're using a heat tool when we do that, it's going to bubble a lot, so...
Yes, or Harry Potter spider. That one was huge too.
Oh yeah, but those ones aren't that evil. So
let's just say I was happy I was wearing a hat, because when I got back in the car, I noticed that the top of it was covered in spider web. And I was like, oh, that would have been my hair. So I'm wondering, for you gals that are watching, how do you like these two color effects? Do you feel like they will make things easier for you when you're making your jewelry? What do you think?
okay, we're gonna hole punch right in the center. It's gonna be easier to go this way. Just don't mind me, I'm lining it up. Okay. Punch. And then the most annoying part is trying to fold it back together into the same shape. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm just pulling up the sides. And then I'm going to string this through. What else did I have on that? Can I see it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, nice. So I wasn't quite sure how you had accomplished this one, so this is nice. Thank you for doing the demonstration. I think this is a really nice tip, construction tip for this particular piece.
We're gonna make sure there's no holes in between these, so we're gonna pinching up and in these edges. It's gonna be even harder for me to do this because I opened it all the way, but we will do it. We can bend these top ones in a little bit.
So you probably could do, what, just bend down one petal to punch the hole?
Yes, that's what I did initially.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
And then you could just add your color. If you don't want to have to reshape it, you could add your color one side at a time.
Yes, but it would take a lot longer, probably, to do it that way.
So Peggy says, love the 2-color effect. Candy says, I like this effect, simple is good. That's our aim. Sometimes it's hard to choose, like, there's so many things you can do and so many ways you can push an effect that it can get a little overwhelming, I think, with all of the choices. Also, I think something you could do is probably wrap wire around the top if you weren't satisfied with the closure. Like
No, it's fine. Else. You can get it to close. It's just mostly making minor adjustments here and there. I'm just noticing, oh, there's a gap here, so I'm going to make a minor adjustment so there's not as much of a gap here. One of these can curve in more, or both of them can curve in more.
Okay, I think we're a little on camera. It's hard because I'm like maybe 60 seconds behind you, just FYI.
I know you are.
Peggy says, for this particular piece, I say dunk in the first color, then dab the second, no opening. Yeah, you could do that for sure. You might want, if you want to do the hole at the bottom, or then you will want to, you'll need to open it to add the hole though. So you could probably do one. Janet says she likes the colors you chose.
We're getting there. As we can see, it looks a lot better. Just a couple more of these edges need to be fixed. Almost there.
Sometimes when you do a really good job of constructing a piece, it can be hard to find the seam in your jump ring again, which is what I'm finding with this filigree piece you did here.
Just pinching. I just like have to find all the places where there's gaps and then kind of like pinch them in, and it's kind of annoying because sometimes it like pinches the other ones in, which is why it's a lot harder to work with. pinch, pinch. I'm just gonna turn these in. So I almost have it. Let me look at this up close for a couple seconds. Because the hardest part of this too is I'm doing it on camera. Oh, the other thing is we can use our needle nose because this can help with our shaping walk, so I can just go in here and do it. There we go. That needle nose is helping a whole lot.
Stacy Harvey, I see misshapen pieces in my future. If you don't want to take it apart, I would suggest taking Peggy's approach, which would be painting it, not unfolding it.
There we go. That's a whole lot better than it was. She's now very, very, very much rounder. I could mess with it more and it would be easier if I was working close to myself, but I'm not working close to myself so that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing.
You know what I appreciate about Ainsley's demos is she will sometimes take the hardest way around the problem because that's the way she wants to do it, and then you get to see like problem solving and recovering on the fly, which is always very useful.
Now all we're going to do for this portion, bend, loop.
I can't tell if you're on screen.
I am on screen.
Okay.
So we have our loop now. We can tighten it if we want to. I'm going to just leave this here. I'm going to grab a pair of pliers. And I'm going to start twisting. That's kind of started. I can use this now. I need my other pair of pliers though.
Which ones? These?
Yeah. And let me get this so you guys can kind of see better. I'm just gonna keep twisting around. I'm trying to get it nice and tight.
I have to open up the photo of your piece because I'm putting the bracelet back together and I don't know where everything goes. I'm trying to figure out where the photo that is. Ah, here we go. need you to do this, to put this guy back together.
You need to punch 2 holes into it.
I punched 3.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I did that. You
just need to jump ring them to the top
I'm
2, and then the bottom one just...
I'm gonna give you this to finish putting back together, because we did, so, I did say that we would show some basic techniques today. You'll need some
straightening
more
this out so I can get it nice and tight.
20s here for you.
Here again, and I will finish tightening this.
Oh, hi Chris, welcome.
And I'm going to pinch off a bit because I have excess. And then I'm going to start
Do you feel like
pinching
it's
that in.
Easy for you to see? I feel like where we're at right now, it's maybe a little harder for you to see if you're on.
No, I can
I mean,
tell.
you're good.
I've been
You're
on.
good.
I've been looking. Every time I look, I'm on
I
the
think
screen.
it's just a coincidence that when I'm checking, you're
It's
probably
because
pausing.
I'm probably moving or
Yeah.
grabbing something.
For sure. It would be nice to have like more of a real-time way to see, right?
Now we have that on there. You're just basically coiling and then pinching it tight. Yeah, just like that. And then this, so we're doing is jump bringing it back on. Let me grab my pliers and such. Top 2.
Do you want to put the bracelet up while you're doing that? So if you want to get everything, all the focal pieces that are needed, like what wouldn't be in there? Jump rings and clasp
chain.
and chain.
Clasp.
But so if you want everything that's the focal piece to make the earrings and bracelet,
And it
there's
wouldn't
this
have
kit,
bead either.
this bundle. They wouldn't have what?
It doesn't have beads
Oh,
either.
yeah, no beads. But all the metal focals. Put together some samplers for you guys so you can pick those up pretty easily. And then also, if you go to the website to find the samplers, there's always a list of part numbers that are included. So if you're like, oh, I just want the star or a different piece, you can always just refer to that list to be able to find those pretty easily. Everything that's included.
I need to open this jump ring up a little more because it has the other stuff in it already.
It has been so long since we've hosted or done an in-person workshop. I think it's just so hard to find the time. I think anyway. We've got
Can I
people
see
from
that other
all over the
piece?
country.
Where's my painted? Oh, it's here. I see it now.
I gave it to you. I think Tucson is a good central place for people to have that experience now. Don't you think?
Yes.
I know some people still do them.
Like that. Actually, I'm gonna switch this one out because I think the red would look better in the necklace. That's what I intended it for, but I did just want to kind of like use it. So let me give this to her. Here's that.
When you have a good pause,
You obviously can hammer any of these hearts and then use the reliefing block on them as well.
is this to go on this piece right here?
Yes.
Okay. When you have a pause in your demonstration, you can pop up the comment by Vintaj.
Okay. Free giveaway drawing at the end of the live. Just love react to the live to be entered. So throw up your little hearts. Hearts everywhere, hearts. And Corian will be able to see who does it. This is for Facebook. This is for Facebook. I'm gonna put this bracelet on for you guys to see.
Candy, those were great, weren't they? She was saying she misses the adornments retreats in Galena. Heather Powers was the one that would organize those, and we had different instructors and just lots of really great people coming.
This is why I'm struggling. This is not bent at all, so I'm just going to bend it a little bit with my hands. So it sits a little more curved. Oops, not like that though.
Do you still have, honey, you still have the comment on top?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
I just didn't know if they could see beyond it.
You can kind of see in the background a little bit. We're just bending a little bit to fit the wrist a little better. That'll make it a lot easier to go on. I was like, why is this not fitting? I wore it just the other day.
Okay, it is solidly a Monday. I just was putting on like the last jump ring from assembling this off screen and I dropped it. And all my pieces just went flying.
It's okay. It's very difficult for me to put this on because it's very tiny.
You know what?
It does
the
fit
same
though.
piece. It's the heart piece. It's got a mind of its own. It's the same one that jumped off of the bunch block earlier. It was like saying, "Don't fence me in," because I'm trying to put the jump ring on it.
I don't want to be locked. Huh.
Did you put it on?
I used that in.
Oh, did you see? You probably didn't see.
No, I
Corian
couldn't.
did that.
Yeah.
She did that tip last warehouse sale where you use a piece of wire to do it.
So it's actually not that tight. It's just tight enough to make it difficult to be put on. But here's that bracelet. Let me zoom out. Make it a little bit better view there. Super cute, super fun. Is it done?
So, do you have this piece to swap out? that it doesn't have the heart on it. Do you want me to just add a jump ring to
Oh,
hang it on there?
I forgot I did that.
So just jump ring it onto the bottom?
I guess so.
Okay, let me see your pliers there, honey.
Oh, you're gonna mess it up.
No, I'm fixing it. Oh, I'm fixing it. It's okay. Do you want to do the giveaway with Corian? Because we're close. This is what we're going to do. We'll do the giveaway now, and then we will go back over all of the pieces after I'm finished putting this together, and the kits and all of the finishes that we used to make it. We'll do a full recap. But it's going to take me a minute to finish putting the final pieces together that Ainsley just made. So while I'm doing that, the girls can run the giveaway. You want to see if you can pop her. And then she can do the final explanation of how to do it.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, she should pop on here soon. I just sent that to her.
Hello, hello. Ainsley, can you show me the bracelet cuff that you were wearing?
It's the thick one.
Oh, Peggy, I don't have any more of those. I don't even think I have one of those. That's stunning. Super stunning.
I know we do have some that are coming up in the warehouse sale, though. Not quite that style.
No, but they're so pretty. I'm so excited to use those. So I'm going to refresh this. Don't forget, you need to love the live to be entered, and to claim your giveaway, you need to have an open order with Vintaj, so I have a way to ship it to you. So be sure to do that. I'm probably going to give it 30 seconds before I refresh it. But I'm starting to pack out warehouse sale items from this last warehouse sale, and there's so many, so bear with me. I'm gonna try and get them all shipped out by tomorrow. But we had an influx of orders over the weekend due to the 4th of July sale, so thanks for Jean for putting that up, because I was just blown away. There were so many orders. I was like, oh my goodness, how are we gonna even do this? But it's okay.
Good problem
we got
to have, right?
Oh, of course. All right, I'm copying all your names in here, and then I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys can see. There we go. There's all your names in there. What did I say it was? It was let me go back here. A 1 in 30
Vintaj is in there.
chance. That's okay. If it lands on Vintaj, we'll just respin it. Or if it lands on me, I'll respin it. Because I think I've loved it like 3 different times myself from 3 different profiles. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And we're spinning. Connie!
Yay, Connie Benner.
Is our winner. Yay. You even got a little fireworks show for being the winner. So I'm going to copy that and put that in the comments for you guys. Winner, chicken dinner. Probably my new favorite thing I've been saying. Winner, winner. And yeah, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier, but I would absolutely love an in-person retreat. So keep asking. So Taj feels pressure.
Yeah, we'll just do a full Tucson trip, and we'll make Courtney come out, and then we can be rejoined, and we'll have the craziest live ever.
Ooh, I've never been to Tucson. I would just absolutely
You
love
would
that.
love it. Arizona's really great in that time of year, especially. It's really nice.
I don't even think I've been to Arizona, let alone Tucson, but I don't travel much.
Plus, my brother will be in Arizona, so
Go sneak over it.
double reason to go.
What brother does? Hunter?
Dallin.
Oh, Dallin's in Arizona?
Not
Is
yet. He will be soon. That's where he's going on his church mission to, is Phoenix. So not Tucson, but Phoenix is where the airport is. So he'll be in that general
area. We'll be sending him good vibes.
Wait. All right. Well, I'm going to pop out of here. Don't forget that our Vintage stash review is tomorrow.
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yes. We're all like discombobulated with all of our stuff going on lately.
So many things. So don't forget.
Because of the 4th of July, we had to move a lot of things around.
Yeah. Don't forget that tomorrow at noon. For all of the ladies who have the Backstage Pass subscription. But I'm super excited to share with you guys. And then you guys should probably already have your product. So then we can design like together. You'll be able to like see the product in your hands and all that fun stuff. At least I'm hoping. So no, Connie, I'll ship it with your warehouse order. You're fine. As long as you have an open order with Vintaj, you can claim your giveaway gift. And I know your order's open because I have not shipped any warehouse orders yet. So perfect. All right, guys. I'm going to hop off. But it was good seeing you, Ains. It was good seeing you, Aunt Jean. It was good seeing you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we can show you this necklace now. Let me hold it up. I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. But
we can also show it like complete underneath.
I'll go like
there
this.
There you go.
There you go.
Do you want me to, did you go to full screen?
Let me stand up. Yes, it is on full screen. And then you can zoom in if you would, please.
Sure thing. Let me get over there and fix it for you. Do you want to pop up this sampler for the necklace?
Give me a second to do
So we have 2 samplers today. One is for the necklace. One is for the earrings and bracelet.
You can zoom in more.
How's that?
Yes, that's better.
I think everybody forgets that I'm on lives.
Why?
Your dad's calling me right now, and I know I can't hang up on it because it will stop the video. So I think they must be set to override. That's why it bugs me during it.
Okay, you can zoom out now.
Love the patina effects on these. And then do you want to show me the bracelet like in this view, and I'll zoom in on it? And then pop up maybe the set for that. Love that.
Oh wait, I need to fix it actually. Give me a second. It was twisted underneath, so I couldn't.
Ooh. That's really even so much prettier on, I think, than the photograph shows. And again, we will do a follow-up post, so we'll have some really nice photos of each of these individual pieces with the colors on them, and so you can use them as a map to create.
Then you can do the earring zoom again.
Yeah, those are just stunning.
And I'm wearing the masterclass ones you showed.
Which ones? You mean the
in my seconds.
Your seconds.
So if you wanna make those earrings, you can be part of our BSP membership.
All right.
Alright, let me show you this under the camera really quickly. So I get this around these earrings. It's actually the hardest part. It's because these earrings are so big.
You look really good with your pixie hair, though.
Yeah, they do.
Love it.
Pixie hair and bear earrings is like a whole... Let me actually pop this up so you can actually see it. That might be helpful somehow.
Oh, that's a good point. Peggy said the filigree reminds me of a whale. It does like remind me of a dolphin or a whale for sure. Very aquatic feeling.
But yeah, this is the piece with all the painted ones. Give you a better view of it. Fun combinations. You can change all the colors, obviously, but this is just what we did today. Okay. We're back to our full screen. Don't forget to check out those color combinations. Obviously, you don't have to purchase those sets. You can purchase our massive set. If you do want some tools, I'm going to pop up a beginner tool set. It's going to include all your basics. You're going to get a chain nose, needle nose, clippers, and a hole punch, right?
Yeah.
As well as
yeah,
our really
wire
cool
cutters.
rock
Mm-hmm.
thrown in there. So there's those. And then we also have our double cylinder pliers as well. You can totally use these to help shape this bracelet. It's a little bit easier. I was just doing it on the fly very quickly.
Well, you didn't really show curving the blank side of the bracelet, right?
Yes.
And you use that for that.
That is also, yes, that is how I achieved that.
That nice
sorry,
bend.
It's kind of hard. This nice bend here.
It's like opposite.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was tripping up. I can actually... What is that? There's so many pieces today. Oh, here it is. Why don't I just show you that really quickly? Because why not? Can you see this? Obviously, you're going to have to do it to your own shape of your wrist, but this is just kind of like a really quick example. I like to use the bigger side because my wrist is more in line with the bigger side.
So, Ainsley's class that she did a few weeks ago with the double cylinder plier feature, we made a few of the snippets into reels. And the one where she's creating the feather ring, I want to say it's got like 85,000 views on it, which I thought was pretty cool.
So we're just starting to get a nice curve here. Can use this smaller one to do a better job with our shaping. And then I just like to use our larger side to do some pinching to even it out, make it smoother. Look at that.
Perfect.
And I would fuss with it a little more, and I would just like, just take it to my wrist. That actually happens to be proper for me, pretty much. But yeah, super easy. They're a really great tool to help you achieve that, and you just have to keep your wrist in mind when you're using it.
You could do a whole bracelet with just those links too.
You definitely could. So don't be afraid. Check those out or other tools just to make your lives easier. Yeah, that is all the main demonstrations for today. Our great color combinations. Don't be afraid to use the color combinations. They're really fantastic, and I like them, and you don't have to go crazy with your colors to have a beautiful and awesome effect. I don't even know what's coming out.
It's firmly Monday. I've been tripping over my words all day today.
So beautiful and awesome effect, very, very easily. Also, you could swap this star out if you want to. Comes out amazing. These could be earrings. So many possibilities. And yeah, be free and feel free to experiment, do different color combinations, but 2 pairs can do a whole lot more if you let them. You don't have to go crazy. It can be easy and simple. See? Fits right over the head.
I was just thinking how well it coordinated with my shirt here. Because he got kind of like the reds and the pinks going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Wait, pop out the rest of my necklace stack to go with it. This one might just come home with me. Ainsley's always like, no, you must not steal it.
It's what I need to add to my collection. To my fashion statements.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. This has been a fun patina class, and you get to see a little bit of the dynamics that we have when we are bantering with each other. I promise it's all in good fun. Ainsley's like, side-eye to that one.
No, I just said that because it's funny, but...
I know.
I promise we do like each other.
Yes.
We actually don't. Aren't actually that. I'm like, even though I'm a little bit spicy, it's all in good fun. All right, everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day, and Corey will see you tomorrow.
Yes, on the stash review.
Tomorrow. Don't forget about the stash review. So.
Yep, more stuff coming up later this week. So stay tuned. Bye.